Hi, hello everyone. Is the volume all right for the back? Yeah, okay, just checking. Okay, so hi, my name is Pierre Friquet. My artistic name is Pierre. I'm here to present you my underwater VR experience, and I will explain what it is because I guess most of you might think, "What the hell is that?" And so I just want to correct that. Well, organically, I've just changed the title drastically, spaced out from Sea of Tranquility to through Sea of Serenity. So the title of the VR experience is Spaced Out. I'll explain why also I've made these changes. Spaced Out is an underwater VR experience. It's 10 minutes. It's being selected here. It's in a sense a trip to the moon, where you will be actually going to the pool, a swimming pool, and you are going to enter the water, and basically like an astronaut, you are going to wear a special device, and through this VR machine, immersive technology, you are going to be flying, exiting Earth gravity, and then exploring the moon. And in fact, you even able to enter the moon and go actually deep in the hollow moon. So I've mixed up very unique aesthetics where it's a collage, a collusion of scientific archives, so basically NASA imagery, these throughout the soundtrack of the Apollo 11 audio conversations between the Houston Center and the astronauts, and then visually it's all 3D environment modeled by this great, fabulous artist called Sutu, VR digital filmmaker, graphic novel artist as a background, and I'll also explain more about the process, by the way. So essentially, it's really a mix-up, mashup of different perspectives of the moon. So there's an homage to Georges Méliès, A Trip to the Moon. There's also a different interpretation from H.G. Wells' book about the moon, and Jules Verne as well as this kind of mythology and this fantasy about a hollow moon, which maybe, I don't know, some scientific say is right, I don't know. But it's basically this kind of dealing with the projection about the moon as a symbol for a kind of a world within the world. So it is essentially the video that I wanted to show you is basically explains the trip. It's basically long tracking side, from Earth to the moon. The origin of it actually started here 2 years ago. I have this, I guess, unique relation with this festival. It's my third time. 2 years ago, I was selected to show a VR experience called Patterns. And okay, let me actually go back to the origin of the origin. In '93, I was 7 years old. I was very lucky to try a VR headset for the first time at the Sega Center in London. And it was actually a VR paragliding experience, like a bit like Birdly, with just really basic graphics. And as a 7 years old boy, I was really, really taken away by the possibility. And then, of course, that time it was the release of films like The Lawn Mower. I was confused with the title. The Brett Leonard's film with Pierce Brosnan, and then there was Johnny Mnemonic and all this kind of hype around VR. And then I really felt and expected, like you must have also had the same experience of having incredible fantasy about what the possibility of VR and technology in total. Technology is a kind of a wizard, and VR is basically this great wizard that can promise to defy the laws of gravity, the law of nature, to be able to be somewhere else and maybe someone else. And so, cutting short to this technology, the underwater VR headset technology, I then I had this also the chance of having this great collaborator, great friend, Ando Shah, from India, but based in Silicon Valley, Bay Area. And together we made a lot of VR films since 4 or 5 years now, and he went on to create a startup called Ballast, along with Stephen Greenwood, and which also explained in truth a bit better more. And essentially, because he was fascinated with the sea and VR, of course, we collaborated, and for me, it triggered this long, unfulfilled desire of basically of delivering what VR is all about, you know. So to kind of fill on the gap that what VR is, this VR technology that we know of right now is maybe actually just a step for something bigger, you know. So I think this the humanity has a dream to really be someone else, and to be a kind of creator themselves. And I think the VR that we know now, the VR headset, is just a step for something else, which I mean I don't know, but I feel that underwater helps to is a kind of a step towards the holodeck, I guess. That would be the ultimate step. And without being lost in the conversation, in my presentation. I've got 4 minutes left. Oh, okay, damn. Then quickly, I had this, 2 years ago, I had a conversation with actually Shari, and she asked me what I was doing. I was preparing, and I just was brainstorming some ideas with her, and she kind of gave me this mentorship, short mentorship conversation, where she really pushed me to experiment, to make something for the underwater VR headset. And then last year, actually, I was invited here, selected to for 2 months for the residency, creative residency. And so I was here, this wonderful village, for 2 months, and in the pool every day, and it was really wonderful. The intent, I'll be quickly in 24 seconds. It's really so forget about VR and underwater VR. It's all words, you know, and I guess misleading concepts. It's for me essentially a way to relate with your own body in a special way, because being in the water, feeling the touch of water, suddenly your ears are immersed, you know, the water, and basically you feel your body kind of floating, and you have floaters to help you out. So you breathe, you have a snorkel, and you're facing down, so you are really relaxed, and it's really about letting go. And the idea is to really reconnect with your body, because I guess anyway VR is all about, I think, connecting with the body, where I am, you know, who I am in that VR world, virtual world. So this technology really helps you also to forget the technology, and it helps you to be sort of connected, you know, with the present. So it's really it's very hard to explain, you know. It's really you must try, and it's really also coming to the conversation as well. It's really also about this. It defies actually what we know about VR, because I made some tests, of course, with some people, and it's a 3DOF headset, by the way. But you know, everyone asked me, so what about the 6DOF headset? But it's not necessary, because when you're inside the water, there's suddenly all motion sickness, all the inner ear, all these problems, all the kind of the limits of agency that 3DOF provides actually don't apply anymore. So the rules that you know VR doesn't apply anymore. So you feel that you can even actually swim, you know, in this virtual world, providing that the content is right. So you really feel that your body is moving, essentially. It's very hard again to explain. It's, I guess, something very personal, intimate to explore. So Ballast is a startup. So the project is powered by them, is sponsored by them. Stephen Greenwood and Osha are the creators and the founders of the company, based in San Francisco, and they're provided with 6 headsets. It will be at the Sport Palace, by the way. I've got 1 minute left, and Sport Palace is the hotel next door at the lowest floor. We actually created a kind of installation, you know, where it's really about, you know, take people somewhere else and push this, you know, concept. And also I've explored many the other possibilities, by the way, of exhibiting or even trying in different water scenario, let's say. So I've tried with a sensory deprivation chamber, and it's really fantastic, because again, you forget the technology, you forget where you had the device on your head, and it's very, very unexplainable, intimate experience. It's actually made me rediscover what VR is all about, because, you know, you can really have the sensation of being in weightlessness, feeling almost in zero gravity environment. So it's amazing. And I think I'm done. And thank you so much again, Salah, for inviting me for the 3rd time. And this project has been nurtured, nourished, created, you know, in here last year, and so this place is kind of special to me, because it makes sense to show it again, to show it here for the first time, actually. It's called Spaced Out, 10 minutes experience. I invite you to come and check it out.